Let's have a talk, let's have a chat, talking about a little this and that.
Hello and welcome to another episode of This and That. I am your host, Mary Easterling, and today we are going to do another episode on The War We Fight with Men of Harlech by Bob Neumann. But before I begin, to listen to the last episode, or episodes, or anything else on This and That, go to talkingaboutthисandthat.wordpress.com and click on the podcast link. Bob Neumann's writings are featured in our blog. The blog pages have read more links. Click on them. They take you to the articles which have the audio and podcast, which opens in a separate tab so you can listen while you look. Men of Harlech by Bob Neumann, written February 2000. Dear brother, something quote-unquote dark and foreboding has been stirring since the first of this year. I did not send this to you because at the time I was really struggling to understand what was going on myself. I have been corresponding at flowing with what others have been sharing. I think that is the real goal of being in scriptural unity. Harmony is the more accurate term. I know you're probably swamped with stuff. Please forgive me for quote-unquote dumping a whole lot more in a short time. I pray that you catch a bit of the quote-unquote scent I have been chasing. It is exhilarating and unsettling at the same time. Dog. Now, the actual article is dated January 12, 2000, 9:09 p.m. Men of Harlech. Yo, William and Marvelous. Just got a little quote-unquote zap. Seems like I got a wake-up notice a while back and never responded. I guess I'm getting slow. Shmuel, I have a word for you, my son. I say, shake off the dust, rise up. I have set my intercessors to war on your behalf. That which has been hindering you has been broken. I call out to you, Shmuel, come now. Come again into the valley of vision. I will renew your strength. I will take you higher. I said I will lift you up. It is for such a time as this that I have called you. Get up, dog. We're not only not finished yet, we are just about to begin a new day. This came to me at 11:45 p.m., 1/1/2000. With love and prayer, which was an article that I cannot now find. I guess the problem is I have not felt much like Shmuel of late. But in the last few days, without internet and TV and other distractions, I got pulled back into the fight, as seen with my posts to the Watchman/Sears site, which you now have. But while I was forwarding these to you, I had one of those deja vu again things, but no highwayman. Now, things this flaky give me chills. Remember a year ago we went through this? Well, here goes. I began hearing the song Men of Harlech in my spirit. Freaks me out. Has been a while since the heavens have opened to me. And there I was, in battle dress, and an Alice pack, 12-gauge in hand. I was going through a building dark/smoky/ with a horrible stench. And I was singing this song, Welsh battle song, a song calling to withstand the attack against larger number. Here are the words. If you get chills, don't blame me. Now, this is one verse of several. This is what he's led to include. Men of Harlech, stop your dreaming. Can't you see their spear points gleaming? See their warriors' pennants streaming to this battlefield. Men of Harlech, stand you ready. It cannot be ever said ye, for the battle we're not ready. Stand and never yield. Through the hills surrounding, let this war cry sounding summon all to Cambria's call. The mighty force surrounding. Men of Harlech, on to glory. This shall ever be your story. Keep this fighting word before ye. Cambria will not yield. Cambria would be the Welsh. This is the call to stand against an impossible odd. But there's a second song here. This one is more interesting. But first, Bob writes, now I was not in any open field, any trench. It was inside, and I heard one simple sentence, and things went wild. Quote, my father's house is a house of prayer, and they have made it a den of thieves. And then things got vividly graphic. Details are not important. Cleansing the temple is not going to be easy because of the quote-unquote stuff that has resided there. This is the job ahead. Say I, this is still the job, because the American church has not gotten this message. They don't know what they're talking about. Most of them have the idols. in the midst, the doctrines of men and demons. Bob writes, as I even write this, I have another quote-unquote old song I am humming. It might be more familiar, but it has a line that when I came to it, I thought for a second to delete this whole post, but I was told not to. It has been a long time since Abba has spoken, and there is a warning I need to send. Now, before I give this warning, I'm going to call you back to Roadkill, talking about this and that, WordPress.com, and you look in the War We Fight series. This is just a couple episodes back where Bob was nailed by all 4 trucks from all 4 directions because he stopped to help a thing that had been hit by a truck. Bob writes, the message is this: beware, the snares have been laid even in the house they claim as mine. Anticipate the traps and move with caution as you move where the enemy thinks he commands. Be vigilant and focused, for the feint will precede the attack. Stand and be strong, for I have armed and trained you for this time. Feint. It's the movement to get you to move your defenses so that as soon as you open your previous defenses to where you're most vulnerable, the perceived attack that is going in the place that you're going to defend pivots and nails you where your defenses are no longer. It's a move in swordplay. It's a move in war. A feint would be informing the enemy that you're going to do this thing at this place, and then they all gather there to defend, to slaughter you, and you show up someplace else. Plow right through no defenses of your enemy, circle back, and nail them from behind. In church doctrine, there's a lot of feint, pretend attacks, distractions, disinformation, misinformation, things that you weren't there. How do you know? And with artificial intelligence, our educable arty, you can be made to believe just about anything nowadays. Artificial intelligence will seamlessly combine doctored videography and audiography. They can do that with this, and they wouldn't even break a sweat. Not a sweat. I do this with this. I come across something, I didn't make my point, blah, blah, blah. I need to add to it. I will split my audio stream, and I'll go and record something and insert it, and you never know. You never know I changed my own stuff before I ever compiled it for broadcast. I mean, seriously. So there you go. All feints, F-E-I-N-T, feints, are deception. But if you have been well trained, well armed, know what you're doing, you will not be deceived, especially if you learn to listen to him in real time while things are going on around you. Bob writes, and for the song and the line that quote-unquote zapped me, I think it will be obvious. Now, to them it's obvious. To me, it may not be. This is the second song. The minstrel boy to war is gone. In the ranks of death you'll find him. His father's sword he hath girt on, and his wild harp slung behind him. Land of song, cried the warrior bard, though all the world betrays thee, one sword at least thy right shall guard, one faithful harp shall praise thee. The minstrel fell, but the foeman's steel could not bring that proud soul under. The harp he loved ne'er spoke again, for he tore its cords asunder, and said, no chains shall sully thee, thou soul of love and bravery. Thy songs were made for the pure and free, they shall never sound in slavery. Selah. Shmuel. This is the one we have to look at. The minstrel boy. What was he before he became a warrior? A minstrel. But he learned enough swordplay to go to war. His father's sword. What is the word of God? Sword. Sword of the Spirit. And from whence comes the word of God? The Father. Do you get it? His wild harp slung behind him. The harp was what he played, and it sang its songs in the land of the free and the brave, or rather, in the land of the pure and the free. One sword at least your right shall guard, the right of justice of the kingdom, by the word of God, is guarded and enforced. One faithful harp shall praise you. Awake, O harp and lyre, awaken the dawn. I will awaken the dawn. We are the harps singing, playing, even if we sound very, very horrible. It's a joyful noise, not a fine sung tune that you're making to the Lord. The harp he loved never spoke again. He tore its cords asunder. As he's dying, he breaks the harp. Chains that sully, doctrine that defiles. The harp is a soul of love and bravery, which is what we're supposed to be. Made to sing in purity and freedom, but never to sound in slavery. Who frees us? The King. How? By his death, by taking the chains of death for us, that we might live forevermore. Do you get it? This is us in the war. This minstrel boy is also a man of Harlech. He didn't yield. It's when you surrender that you've lost, not when they run you through. I keep saying it. You can but die, but you never surrender. You do not give in to the night, to the stuff, the mammon, the greed, everything that is in this modern day world around us. What happens when you have to run in the night and you leave everything behind? You can't homestead. You can't set down roots. You can't leave a human footprint. They find you, they catch you. You run the risk of giving in. Because death is not the problem. It's being tortured to the point where you give in, where you surrender. The kingdom never yields. The Christian shall not yield. Why? Because until kingdom come and his will is done, the war rages on. And that will do it for this episode of This and That. Until then.